Hello ratbags, it's Jade Plays Games. Welcome back to a CONAN Exiles video. Today we're taking a look at update 24, the brand new dungeon. I'm standing in front of it. I'm about to show you where it is on the actual game map. Here it is. It's at the bottom, the very south. You can see the yellow marker there. We are going to go through it all. I'm going to show you exactly how to get through the dungeon, how to unlock all the puzzles and face the boss that's inside. It's recommended that you be at least a level 30 if you plan to do this solo. If you don't plan to do it solo, you may be able to get away with doing it 20 to 30 if you've got 3 or 4 people doing it with you. The boss is extremely spongy. He will take a lot of ammo or a lot of hitting, so either do it with some friends or do it on your own. What you're seeing here is how to unlock the actual gate. The gate, it needs blood or sacrifice. So what I did was I lured one of the people outside, one of the NPC enemies, or you could bring your own thrall and kill your own thrall on the altar. It's pretty simple. He was a bit derpy, he wouldn't get right onto the altar, but as long as he's nearby, I think that's good enough. So now I'll go and attack him and it should let all the blood out. Now I have got some really high boosted weapons, guys. I wanted to show you this tutorial really well and quickly and easily, rather than it being a let's play video. So once you've done that, you can see the gate actually opens, the spiral staircase actually opens. So we're going to go down there, and this is how you get into the abyss or the sewers or the dungeon, the brand new dungeon. Really enjoying CONAN Exiles. I really like playing it on single player. I did have my own server running for a while, but I just couldn't get enough time to generate enough interest in it and get it, you know, full up with people. And I think until CONAN comes out on console, I don't think I've got the fan base for it full time to do the server. But I do carry on plans to do CONAN videos every single week. I'm going to be doing it single player probably, showing you guys more guides, tutorials as and when the updates hit, and of course giving you the news on when the updates are actually going to come out. So this part of the game though is really cool, and that's why I like CONAN. Doing things like this, once it gets more content, the game will be really good. I can't say I recommend buying it just yet until they've got some more content added to it, especially if you want to play single player. But if you want to do the PvP experience, I think it can be really good. I think it's got some really cool mechanics in it, so we'll see what happens. Once you get down here, it's a really impressive place. I really like the style of it. Bit blinding light. These are the ghosts. These ghosts guide you if you don't know, if you've not seen them before. They kind of give a little bit of lore and story. These tablets will give you a recipe for either some of the new armor styles and some of the new weapon styles, I do believe. It's a shame it doesn't actually tell you what it gives you, and I couldn't find it as of when I published this video exactly what one it gives you, but I do know that afterwards I could craft some certain things. What you're seeing is the brand new bad guys as well, the kimono dragons, the albino kimono dragons. Or Komodo, sorry, Komodo? Komodo. Yeah, they're pretty hard. They are really hard. Again, my sword is a really good sword. It does like 200 something damage. So if you're just coming in here with just a basic iron or steel sword, you're going to have a lot of trouble unless you've got 3 or 4 friends. Now you can see the ghosts really handhold here. They actually show you exactly what to do with these little potholes. I think it would have been better just to figure it out for yourself, but in these are some chests. Now every one of these chests that I looted in this dungeon only had wood, stone and fibre in it. I was really disappointed. There's 4 of these sinkholes in this area, so go around clearing them all out. You'll notice them by the fires that are burning on top of them. There are lots of these guys in here as well. Next part, what you're going to be wanting to do is kill as many of these as possible so that you can actually get the brand new lizard armour, or the lizard leather I should say. Then you can actually make the new armour out of it. You are going to need a thrall tier 3 or 4 I do believe that can make the actual armour for you. I don't think you can do it yourself, but you certainly can get as much of the reptile leather as possible from these guys. Again, my server's boosted, so it didn't take too long to do that. Once you've cleared that area, there's no other loot crates in here that I could find. Keep walking along here to the gantry. You can see it's quite a big wide open space. You'll see the ghosts again showing you exactly what to do. It's not complicated. You literally just go up to the door and press the E button. I did spend 5 minutes trying to work out if there was contraption to open it, but there wasn't. Just literally go up to it and press the action button. When you get in, you just keep descending further and further down. I was continuously looking to see if there was any more loot boxes or any loot crates or anything like that, but I just really couldn't find anything. There wasn't too much floating around. I think there's only about 5 or 6 chests in that whole entire dungeon that I could find. So you keep coming down here and you'll start seeing the waterways now, the actual sewer parts, where the water needs to be leveled so that you can progress. If you come all the way to the end here, it should show you now we're going to come up to something that you're going to need a crossbow, and you're definitely going to need some arrows. look up and you should see it there. You've got to shoot at that disc. The disc will release the water, and then it means you can climb up. You can actually jump that gap I'm showing you right now. If you get a speed run up, you can jump up on top of it, but for the rest of the dungeon you are going to need to activate the water levers. So once you've done that, come through this area. There is a crate on the right hand side here, I do believe. I think I'm going to go around and show it to you, or not. And then we're going to go and open this doorway here. So open the doorway here, press the action button again. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward. There's no real puzzly elements to it, as long as you know where the things are. This area is a bit bigger. I could only find one crate in it, which I am going to show you where the crate actually is. But I wanted to show you what you can harvest. You've been hearing about the Glowsticks. When you see these blue plants under the water, this is what it is. It's the glowing goo. This is what you can make the glow sticks out of. Now originally they said phosphorus was going to be in the dungeons, and I imagined phosphorus as being flammable, but it appears they've not added the phosphorus yet. It's only this glowing goo stuff that you can make the glow sticks out of. On the left here you can see the loot crate. Again, nothing in it. Hopefully for you guys there might be some better stuff in it, but for me all I was getting was the stone, wood and bones, which was really shitty. When you come back onto this platform, run up all the way to the end, and you've got a couple of things to do. Obviously you've got the disc to shoot, and it will raise the water, and then on the right hand side there, once the water's raised, if you swim over, I totally missed it, but there is another crate. I imagine it did probably only have more stone and more bones in it. You can see it just on the left there. I don't know why I missed it, I only realised I'd seen it when I was editing the video afterwards. So once you've got that, go and shoot the disc again, and you should see the water start rising up again, and that's the doorway you want to get into. You can swim over here and climb up the stairs. Or I should say not the stairs, but the actual, there's nothing actual here, there's no loot crates. That's what I wanted to show you guys. There was no other sort of boxes or anything. And then you can come up here and actually get onto the platform. There's lots of this around. Like I said, I think it's fairly simple compared to some of the puzzles in Skyrim and stuff like that, where you'd have to turn the statues, or you'd have to go and get the right claw. It's fairly easy, fairly simple. You won't be too puzzled about how to complete it. When you get in this room, it just becomes a bit bigger and a bit more complicated. You can see another disc here. If you shoot this one, again the water's going to rise up, and then you've got two choices. If you take the water over to the left hand platform, you've got a disc, and you've got a disc on the right hand platform. I wanted to show you the left hand platform because again there is another loot box. So there's the disc. You need to shoot that one for the water to rise up. Just about to show you. I did try jumping it, but I couldn't make that distance. So once you shoot it, the water rises up, and you should be able to swim across and get the loot crate. I really hope they do patch the loot crates. I presume there should be other stuff in it, but I really, you know, if it's only wood and bones, that's pretty crap for coming into a dungeon. But there you go. There's the loot crate again, like I showed you. Nothing in it but wood and stone. Once you've done that, go to the opposite side. And then you're going to need to shoot the disc, because what you'll see in a second is that I'll come up to the middle part and I'll shoot that one disc and I'll run up, and the water's rising now. You can't jump that gap. I did try a couple of times, but the gap's just too big to jump. You need to actually swim across or wait for the water to come across. So once you've done that, swim through, jump up top, and you should see there's another gap that you can't get across. You need to flood the second chamber. So that's the one on the disc on the right. So I'll flip that one first. Jump into the water and swim over, quickly jump up, swivel round, and then shoot that disc on the right hand side, and then that should be good enough to get you over to the next section. And there you go, you can see all the water's flooding in now, so you should be able to climb up to the next part. All in all, this took me about 50 minutes, and I was going fairly slow. I wasn't rushing through it. On the right hand side here, you've got another entranceway, and obviously you've got the entranceway going further down. This is the actual acid pool. I thought this would be where I'd fight the boss, but this is just a secondary one. I think we're going to need the acid that's in this pool. I think the acid in the future is going to be useful for something in the game, and that's why they've got this pool here. Maybe you'll have to come here to get the acid to actually use it for something else, or maybe they'll just add another boss to it. But it did seem a bit weird that it was just sitting there on its own with nothing else in it. So once you've done that, go back up the stairs and then start descending further down into the dungeon. When you get down here, there are some bone men. They're glitchy as heck. About 3 of them were glitched out. They wouldn't actually die, but they wasn't attacking me, so I ended up just leaving them. This guy's here is, you know, I was trying to shoot him with a bow and arrow. I don't know why I didn't just get my sword out sooner. but they're just more annoying than deadly. Obviously I know if you're low level you get owned by these guys, so that the idea really is that you should be at least level 20 to 30, and like I said, if you're doing it on your own, at least level 30. I'm level 50 in this, so that's why it was fairly easy, and like I said, I had some decent kit as well. And this is how it bugs out. Whenever I have a shield, it tends to bug out a little bit. And you can see I broke the shield, but he's still standing there, and he's not actually taking any damage. So hopefully that gets fixing soon. It is an early access game. There are going to be lots of bugs and problems with it, and it's very early in their early access period, so I'm not going to whinge or moan about them. It's just one of them things. If you can see past that, it's really good parts of the game that I'm really enjoying. This whole area is massive. I couldn't find anything. There was like one chest, I do believe. So go ahead and have a good look around if you want. Search about. If you find something, let me know. But all I could find was one more chest. Once you've gone through, just keep going lower past that area with the skeletons, and you've got your last, I think there's 1 or 2 puzzles left, water puzzles, and then we'll face the actual boss. So in this section here, you can see we've got all the sewers opening the water into the area, and the same thing again on the. So walk down here and you can see you've got 2 directions. You've got the right or the left hand side to go. I take the left route, but the switch is actually on the right, but I'm going to show you how you can quickly do it. Doesn't really matter what way you take, as long as you've got a bow and arrow with you, or crossbow, so that you can shoot the actual discs. That did look like something you could get into. I was wondering if there was a way to actually get up there, but I couldn't find any other switches. There was only one switch to make the water rise, and it didn't go up that high, so I don't think it's something you can get into. Swim around here, climb up the little bits of rock and the fallen stairway, and then you should be up onto the left hand side. So that's where you've got to go. We've got a big massive torch. Again, nothing here, there's no loot, no boxes that I could find. I was wondering if this was a mechanism or if it did anything. Couldn't find anything for it. And there's the stairways. Obviously we can't get up the stairs, so we have to make the water rise. And then if we take a look to the right, you can see the switch all the way in the distance. You can hit it from here, so you don't have to jump down and climb back up onto the platform. What I do here is just aim the bow obviously a lot higher, a little bit higher, and it should hit it, and there you go, the water starts to rise. If you jump over to that area, there is a crate in the corner, and I'll show you that as well in a minute. So I did go over to the right hand side just to show you guys that there is another crate there, and like I said, the switch is there as well, so you could go to the right hand side and quickly shoot the switch and run back over to the left hand side to get into the entrance to the next chest or the next area. Again, just nothing in them at all, which was really starting to piss me off at this point. But hey ho, if we go through here again, shoot the switch, jump up into the stone, and you should be able to climb up now, and then we get through to the last section now. So this is the sewer. It's going to take us into the boss area, hopefully. Here we go, turn around. And yeah, it's really creepy. The voices, like all throughout this level, you've got the voice of someone, a female voice, whispering about fishes and come to me and stuff. So it was starting to freak me out a little bit by the time I got to these stairs. It was really cool. I like the setting of it. I do like the way the game's got good atmosphere, and I just can't wait for it to be improved and come out on console as well. I think it'd be really cool to play out on Xbox or PS4. And this is the boss. Didn't attack me, didn't aggro me. I had to shoot it first before it aggroed. As soon as you start aggroing it, it's going to start shooting these acid balls at you. You can dodge them left and right, just like I'm doing. They're not particularly taxing to dodge, but you're not going to do enough damage with your crossbow and arrow. I think I was doing like 30 at a time here, and it was taking forever. So maybe if there's 3 or 4 of you and you're all aiming your crossbow, your bolts or your stuff at it, you may be able to take it out a lot quicker than me. But in the end, I got fed up with it, so I decided to go a bit closer, and it started revealing some of its other attack sort of animations and attacks. So it fires this great big spew of acid at you, and again, make sure you've got loads of shields. I brought about 10 charges with me. I'm just showing you the third person view. It's like it's actually aiming. The best way I found was to get really close to the pool of water, or the acid. I actually don't have to fall in here since it's attacking me, because I've got a shield. Thank God I managed to get out quickly. He did actually knock me back there. That was me getting knocked back, so you can see me trying to get up quickly. I'm nearly dead. The acid does take away your life, obviously, and then you can see the actual snake monster, abysmal abomination, whatever it is, sliding back into it. So that's all you need to do. Just rinse and repeat. Go up to the edge of the acid, hold your shield up, and he should start to attack you. Obviously, make sure you've got plenty of strength and that you can defend his attacks. If any reason he starts spewing the acid, just be really careful your shield doesn't break. Once he goes under there, you know he's going to attack you, and I just let him attack me. Because if you block it, it goes back up to that animation and he won't actually land, so it becomes very hard to actually attack him. So let him attack you and then you should be able to get up. Like I said, as long as you've got enough health. Obviously if you're low level or you haven't pumped any sort of points into health, you may need to either do it with your friends and take turns in it, otherwise it could take a long time. So you can see I'm just getting a bit closer, trying to stab him a little bit, see if I can actually do more damage to him. Didn't seem to be doing too much damage. I know he's bleeding there, but this took a long time. It took about 35 minutes to actually kill him on my own, even with a higher powered sword. So that's why you really do need some higher powered stuff. And there you go. Once he's landed, just keep hitting him and attacking him. Like I said, it is a bit of a grind. I must have done this about 8 or 9 times, and it took a while. It just took a long time for him to actually die. It does keep firing the acid if you're too far away, so like I said, just get close to the pool's edge, make sure you stay there, and then hopefully you should keep attacking. Just be careful, like I said, your shield doesn't actually break, because that's what happens, you get melted by the acid. But you can come back and take a potion, or get some stamina back, or some health back. It's not the hardest thing in the world. So this part, I think I'm just about to kill him. See some more animations, I'm just holding my shield up. It's going to go into the thing now. It should pop up, and we're about to actually finish the job. Yeah, last attacking him here, I was trying to get him. It just seems to take forever. It's such a sponge. Yeah, the animations were okay. I was expecting something a little bit more different, but it wasn't what I was expecting. I thought it'd be a little bit more interesting in the boss fight, to be fair. But again, it's the first sort of dungeony boss we've had, so we'll have to give it a few more months and see how they improve it. I ended up stabbing it in the end because I literally run out of my sword, it broke, but it done the job. I couldn't harvest anything from it. I don't know if it was because I was using a knife. I don't think I should have tried it with the axe, to be fair. I just totally forgot. But I couldn't get anything from him. There was nothing in his body either. What happens is that the pool drains of acid, but only momentarily. So you get a chance to look at the recipes again, and I do believe, like I said, it should unlock more armour or the swords. Let me know exactly if you do know what it unlocks. But I stood in here way too long looking at my inventory and stuff. I was hoping there would be like a Skyrim exit, you know, after every dungeon there would be a simple exit where you could come out instead of having to backtrack. But no, I had to come back all the way through the dungeon again, and just watching the animation again of actually what happened to show you guys that you do need to sacrifice. Like I said, for this I think you're going to need at least 10 or 12 targes, divided between you and your friends if you've got them. Otherwise you're going to need to make sure your weight's really high, and you're going to need a really powerful sword. Like if you're using just an iron one, it's not going to work. So there you go, the dungeons. I'm Jade Plays Games. Thanks for watching. This has been the Dregs walkthrough, and I'll see you guys later.